الحمد لله وحده والصلاة والسلام على من لا نبي بعده رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. I welcome all of you all to this weekly webinar series of Ilm Book, which is the Learning Circle, and today we are about to begin our 7th session. And today's topic is going to be something related to marriage, and I hope and I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that this webinar, first and foremost, it benefits me and then to all of you, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to practice it and also teach it to others and help others make their lives better. Ameen. Right, so let's get started. So when it comes to the marriage union, we as Muslims consider the marriage union to be a very sacred and important institution, right? Because even though we fulfill our halal desires through marriage, that is one of the objectives of marriage, but we Muslims believe that marriage brings a person close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We believe that marriage brings a person close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It helps an individual to lead a fulfilling life, and there are many other benefits as well. To support this, there is a hadith where Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, إِذَا تَزَوَّجَ الْعَبْدُ فَقَدْ اسْتَكْمَلَ نِصْفَ الدِّينِ. When a person gets married, this person completes half of his religion. And thereafter he said, فَلْيَتَّقِ اللَّهَ فِي نِصْفِ الْبَاقِ. Let this person fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with regards to the balance 50%. So a person who is yet to marry, he hasn't completed half of his faith. The day a person gets married, whether it's a male or a female, they complete 50% of their faith. So when it comes to the teachings of Islam, the interesting part is that no matter what time, what age, what place we live in, the world can advance in its technology. We can have different types of people coming up with new ideologies about marriage, with the different they start looking at marriage from various different perspectives. We can have all that. It doesn't. The world can have that, but alhamdulillah, we have Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us a holistic, comprehensive religion which guides us on how we can conduct ourselves in our marriages and get the maximum out of the relationship, where we will be able to attain that peace, that serenity through the marriage by following the teachings of the Quran and the Sunnah. So that is that is itself a strength for us as Muslims. So there are many aspects when it comes to marriage. Right? It's a very interesting topic to talk about. There is a section on how communication has to be between the couple, how they need to understand each other. Then we have how to deal with the family, the intimate life of the couple, and various other things, conflict resolution. Then comes the child upbringing and many other areas of marriage. But today we are only about to cover a small component of the marriage, but this component has a huge impact on the overall health of the marriage relationship, and that is the couple getting close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by supporting each other. So that is going to be the discussion for today. Now, if we are to look at marriage, all of us know that we are encouraged, or there is a lot of emphasis laid in our traditions, where the hadith emphasizes the importance of getting married to a religious boy or a religious girl. Also, our traditions emphasize the importance of getting married to individuals with good character, good morals, with good values. There are a lot of emphasis laid on these things. So spirituality or religiosity is one important area, right? And if we are to look at marriage, the proposal is done, and then you do the necessary inquiries, you do the mashura with your family, you sit with them, you consult your family members, your parents get involved. All these things usually happen. There is a system. And then comes the big day. The interesting part is, when the big day comes, that is like one of the most memorable days in any individual's life. That is the day when a person gets married. But the interesting part is, there are certain things Islam teaches us for us to do on that particular day, on the day of the marriage, as an individual and as a society or as a family, in order for this couple to get the maximum out of their marriage life. For example, so first day, the nikah, the offering and the acceptance takes place. It can take place at home, it can take place in the masjid, it can take place in the venue where they want to have the function. Wherever it is, the offer and the acceptance has to take place. So the guardian of the bride comes in, and then the groom comes in, they hold hands, and then the guardian offers his daughter, and he says, I give my daughter so and so in marriage to you for this amount of mahar. And on the other side, the groom accepts, saying, I accept your daughter as my halal wedded wife. These are things which we verbalize, we utter, and the marriage takes place. And after the marriage takes place, we have been taught to recite a dua for the couple. Now, this is the point where the spirituality, the element of getting close to Allah, bringing Allah into the equation comes in. So we are advised, or we have been taught to recite the dua, Barakallahu lak wa baraka alayk wa jama'a baynakuma fi khayr. The simple translation for this dua is, this is a dua which is supposed to be read to the groom or the bride on that special day. So anyone who meets them, reciting this dua is a sunnah. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam had recited this dua to a couple of his companions, and we find that in the narration. What does that mean? It means, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless both of you, bless the two of you, though that's what barakah is, and then وَجَمَعَ بَيْنَكُمَا فِي خَيْرٍ, and may Allah unite the two of you in goodness. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala unite the two of you in goodness. So immediately, the moment the aqd or the offering and the acceptance has taken place, now we are praying, we are making dua, may Allah join the two of you in good actions. The focus is spirituality, and there is a correlation between the religiousness of a person and the barakah in that marriage. So when there is good practices, then there is going to be blessings in the marriage. Therefore, any couple has to focus on what needs to be done in order for them to enjoy that blessings which are divine, and we call it barakah. Right? Then comes the moment where the husband and the wife meet for the first time. They meet for the first time. Now what do? Again, it's an emphasized sunnah for the husband to hold the forelock of his wife, take few strands of hair, hold on to that, and recite the dua. There is a particular dua mentioned where Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us, Allahumma inni as'aluka khayraha wa khayra ma jabaltaha alayh. Ya Allah, I seek the goodness of this person. Allahumma inni as'aluka khayraha. Ya Allah, I seek the goodness of this person and the goodness which is to come out of this person. And the dua continues, wa a'udhu bika min sharriha. Ya Allah, I seek protection from the evil of this person and the evil which is to come out of this person. What it means is, Ya Allah, if we have decreed, some scholars say that what it means is, the child which is to come out of this marriage union from this woman, may Allah may there be goodness in it, and may Allah protect that child also from evil. Now, this is the second point where we are bringing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala into the equation. Right? The dua has been recited. Now you might have a question, can the wife do the same by holding the forelock of the husband? Yes, she may do that as well. But the dua will change into Allahumma inni as'aluka khayrahu wa khayra ma jabaltahu alayhi wa a'udhu bika min sharrihi wa sharri ma jabaltahu alayhi. So the ha becomes hu. That's the difference. So those who know Arabic will know it. But during the time of your marriage, you can approach an alim or an alima and get this dua written and recite it. Thereafter, what are we supposed to do on that big day is start marriage life with 2 raka'at of salah. Salman radiallahu anhu told his wife, a close companion of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said to his wife, my friend Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam told me that when I meet my wife for the first time, I have to start my family life by being obedient to Allah, and there is no better obedience than 2 rak'at of salah. So Salman radiallahu anhu prayed the 2 rak'at of salah, and it is recommended that we also do the same when we get married. So either the husband can become the imam and the wife can follow, or they can individually pray the salah. After the salah is over, now comes the moment they raise their hands and they call Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, seeking for His support, help, assistance, and whatever they want to ask from Allah related to their marriage. That is the moment they are going to do that. Again, Allah comes into the equation. So there is dua at the time of nikah, then the dua during the first night, first meeting, and then the dua to be recited, the salah to be prayed, and the duas afterwards. And then the moment they become intimate, where once the husband and the wife are lawfully getting into a union, there is a dua at that point as well. Allahumma jannibna shaitan, Ya Allah, protect us from shaitan, wa jannibi shaitana ma razaqtana, and protect the progeny which you would decree through this union also from shaitan. So what we are trying to highlight here is, brothers and sisters, these 4 examples or these 4 different situations at the initial stages of the marriage highlight to us the importance Islam has laid to the newly wedded couple on bringing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala into the equation. And it is not only when we are newly married, this practice has to be there throughout their marriage. And that is the secret behind barakah in a marriage. When the husband and the wife both strive to please Allah, to attain Allah's pleasure, one of the biggest benefits of that is it provides a sense of purpose in life. That's number 1. There is a sense of purpose in life. We as Muslims believe that the marriage relationship surpasses this worldly life. Right? The one whom we are married to is going to be our partner in Jannah. That's what we believe in. So the marriage relationship is not merely restricted to this world, it goes beyond this. So our objective is, when we have that as our objective, where the man, the head of the family, the woman at home who is taking care of the children and doing an important contribution to the relationship as well, both of them, when their purpose becomes, we have to enter Jannah together, just as we are united in this world, that is going to bring a lot of purpose and direction to life. This is the biggest benefit, working towards Allah's pleasure as a couple. The second thing is, it is going to bring the couples close together. It is going to bring the couples close together, because when couples strive to please Allah, Allah sends His special mercy to that couple. According to a hadith, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, may Allah have mercy on a man. Rahimallahu rajulan qama min al-layl. He said, may Allah have mercy on a man who stands up at night to pray and wakes his wife to pray as well. If she refuses, he sprinkles water on her face. May Allah have mercy on this man. The hadith continues where Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam also said, may Allah have mercy on a wife. She stands up at night to pray, wakes her husband to pray, he refuses, and she sprinkles water on his face. What does this tell us? It is going to bring the couples close to each other, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy descends upon them. So there is this divine intervention, there is this divine blessings coming to that relationship, which keeps the two of them emotionally connected. Right? Okay. Then the third benefit, the first benefit is it provides a sense of purpose and fulfillment and direction in life. Number 2 is brings the couple close together. Number 3 is it helps the couple to navigate the challenges in the marriage or in their lives in the right manner. There will be moments, marriage life or our life entirely is like a roller coaster. There are moments things go as expected. There is, we go up and up and up, and then suddenly there is decline and we go down. It's like a roller coaster. So when the couple strives to attain Allah's pleasure, they make sure that they navigate the challenges, the difficulties in their lives, especially their marriage, by doing the right thing, because they are conscious that there is someone higher than them, there is someone powerful than them, and they tend to do the right thing. So they navigate the challenges in a manner in which Allah will be pleased. So these are the three benefits. Now I would like to share my screen, and there is a case study. I will read it for you. Fatima and Ali are a newly wedded couple who have been married for 2 years. They are both devout Muslims who prioritize their faith in their daily lives. However, they have different approaches to practicing Islam. Fatima grew up in a family that followed a more traditional interpretation of Islam, while Ali grew up in a more liberal household. Initially, they enjoyed discussing their different views and learning from each other. However, as they settled into married life, they started to encounter some conflicts related to their faith. For example, Fatima would feel frustrated when Ali did not want to attend the masjid for salah, or when he did not observe the same religious rituals as she did. Ali, on the other hand, felt that Fatima was too rigid in her approach to Islam and did not appreciate his more flexible approach. So I will leave it in the screen so that you can take your time and read. But my question to you is, what are some different ways Fatima and Ali could practice to find some common grounds on their different approaches to practicing Islam? Right? So what are some different ways this couple could find common grounds on their different approaches to practicing Islam? How can they come to some common understanding? Let's see what you can tell us on this, inshallah. But just remember this case scenario, right? What happened here, and then let's see what we can do in our marriages too, inshallah ta'ala. Okay. Let's look at it like this. One thing is, when it comes to spirituality or getting close to Allah, there is one aspect of it where you assist your spouse. That is one side of the coin. The other side of the coin is, what are the things you are not supposed to be doing while you are helping your spouse to get close to Allah. So these are the two discussions I am going to do now. So when it comes to assisting one's partner, there are key pointers. You can take this down. I believe that this will be very helpful to you as well in your marriages. Make it a point in life to encourage your partner and tell them that you are there to support them. This is point number one. Whether you are a husband or a wife, it doesn't matter. Encourage your spouse and tell them that you are there to support them. Right? In any ways, whatever way possible, you are going to support them in order for them to do that particular action or bring that particular behavior or change a particular behavior. Right? So that's number one. Encourage and support them. One of the important things is, when it comes to this, words of encouragement is very, very important. For example, the husband tells his wife, the wife tells, I find it very difficult to recite Quran like you after Fajr. You pray Fajr and you recite Quran, but I have to attend to household chores and I don't find the time. And when the day begins, by the time I finish my household work, or by the time I get ready to go to office or whatever, I don't find time. This is a moment, instead of the husband telling her about putting her down or whatever, it's good for him to say, like, how can I help you, darling? What about is there anything you want me to do so that I can help you to recite the Quran at least 10 minutes? Then she might say, can you take care of the kids? Can you get the clothes ironed? Things like this will be discussed, and that could help her to recite at least recite the Quran 5 to 10 minutes sometimes. One is encourage, and you support as well. There are a lot of encouragement going on, but support is a question. So having a partner who supports us, it's a very big thing, but this person is helping us to get close to Allah. At the same time, the couple is also attaining Allah's pleasure. The second thing when it comes to assisting one's spouse is engaging in religious activities together, right? Sometimes there might be, in our communities, if we can arrange a community gathering where we have the brothers and the sisters come, and we have the right, segregation and all those setups, whether it's in the masjid or whether it is in our homes, if we have the facility to accommodate a decent number of people, we can do that. So what happens is, people are going to come to that place, learn something, and then they're going to go home. So this type of a setup, when the couples get to know such things are happening, whether it's in their local masjid or whether they have to go to another masjid few kilometers away. And today, alhamdulillah, we see there are so many programs taking place in different mosques. So as a family taking part in these gatherings are going to help the couple to, educate themselves about Islam and also start discussing about spirituality in their relationship, right? Also sending your spouse to a class where religion is taught. Those things are going to be really helpful. So do religious activities together. You sit at home with your partner. Men especially, you need to take this to your, to heart. Sit with your spouse, with the children, and start reading books like Riyadus Salihin, which is it's a wonderful book which any home should have. And when you start reading the verses of the Quran, the translation of that, the prophetic narrations, it is going to, build. There are a lot of barakah in that is one. The other thing is, we are able to bring a lot of purpose to our, we tend to find purpose in life, and we as a family will be able to do the right thing in our day-to-day activities. So engage in religious activities together. Brothers, at least invest 10 minutes of your day where you sit as a family and start talking about Allah, talking about Rasulullah's love, talking about good deeds, planning out something. These things are going to help the entire family. The third and last point when it comes to assisting your partner is you need to lead by example. You can't be only talking about actions while you're not practicing it. Rather, you have to lead by example. It can be religious rituals, fasting, sunnah fasts, and things like this. Practice what you preach. So by doing these three things, inshallah, these are a couple of methods you can assist your partner. Now let's come to what you are not supposed to do when you want to help your partner to attain Allah's pleasure. One thing for sure is, whether it's a husband or it is the wife, you might be doing certain things, or you might know people doing these type of things. They do it not out of hatred towards their partner, but they do it out of love. Now that is the problem. Number one is, what to avoid is, don't avoid being overly critical. Like, for example, there are some people, some couples, some spouses who will make negative comments. They will start pointing out their shortcomings, right? You don't pray on time, you don't pray on sunnah, you're a very stingy person, you don't give things on, sadaqah, you have a very bad mouth, you seems to be a liar, passing comments, right? You're not a kind-hearted person, you are a person who doesn't care about the poor, you're not a person who wants to join the family ties, your iman is very weak, you hardly do zikr. One of the spouses start to become overly being critical about the other. What is it going to do? It is going to discourage the partner from doing the right thing, and some partners will even get away from the religion. During a counseling session, one of the husbands said that his wife used to nag him so much that he said, my iman is very weak and I find it difficult to pray before the sun rises. He was referring to Salatul Fajr. And he said his wife will wake him up and she will tell him that, come on, you better wake up and pray. If not, you're going to burn in hell. Now, when he misses his salah, she keeps on reminding him that he is going to go to hell. And he says, I know what I'm doing is wrong. I know that I'm not supposed to miss my salah. But my wife keeps on repeating this hell, hell, hell. I really get fed up of, this thing. So he said, I don't want to get fed up of Salatul Fajr, but it is really, it's a headache for me. Right? So Yes, the brother is not right. He should work towards praying on time. But on the other side, the wife also should know not to approach him in this manner. So not to be overly critical. Number 2 is don't force them. Don't force them to do certain religious activities. Maybe you are a person who is okay fasting the sunnah fast every Monday and Thursday, but your wife is not in that state, your husband is not in that state. Don't go to force anyone. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Bashiru wala tunaffiru. Bashiru wala yassiru wala tu'assiru. Make things easy for people. Don't make things difficult for people. Bashiru wala tunaffiru. Give good tidings. Don't threaten people. That's what Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam told us. So our approach has to be the same when it comes to dealing with our partner who might be a little less spiritually committed in certain areas. So let them take their decisions. And the last thing to avoid when it comes to helping your partner to become spiritually close, uplifting them, don't compare themselves to others. Please don't compare your wife to another person, whether it's your mother or your sister, and don't compare your husband to your father or to your brother or some other man. Please don't do that. How come my father is able to go to the masjid for Fajr and you are unable to go to the masjid for Fajr? How come my mother recites after Maghrib every day, but you don't even spend a single moment with the Quran? You're just busy on your phone. Don't compare anyone with anything. That doesn't bring any benefit. One thing is, when we start comparing someone with someone, this person gradually starts to have some sort of a grudge with that person if they are close, and also it puts down their self-respect. So these are some things to avoid. And I hope this webinar would have given you some insight on the importance of the husband and wife working together, because by doing that, blessings of Allah is going to keep the marriage bond strong and healthy. And then we were going through the case study of Ali and Fatima, where we discussed about how can they come to some common grounds, and these are some of the things they can do and they shouldn't do. Encourage, engage in activities, lead by examples are the things to do, and what to be avoided is don't be overly critical, don't force, and don't compare. So take this to heart, sit with your partner if you're married and start talking. How can both of you gradually take small steps towards attaining Allah's pleasure? Already what you have, keep it, hold on to it firmly, never let it go. You might be having certain practices you have been following from the time you were small, never let that go. Look at other things what you can do and improve yourself as an individual and as a couple, and insha'Allah ta'ala, Allah will bless you, your partner, and the entire family, insha'Allah. Okay, so Ilm Book, as you all know, we are an online educational platform for you to learn Islam and all the things related to ibadat, your mu'amalat, your mu'asharat, your akhlaq, your imaniyat. All these things we want to bring it into this platform, and this learning circle is one of the initiatives we have in order for our audience to benefit. And in future, insha'Allah ta'ala, we will have structured courses related to tafsir, related to fiqh, related to marriage, parenting, related to youth, and many other courses inshallah will be conducted online as well. And we also have a WhatsApp community group where your identities will not be exposed to anyone. Those who are already in our Ilm Book Updates group, please join the new group which we have opened a couple of days ago, because we will be closing that the other group which was used to share the link within a day or two. We have shared the link with you as well in the chat box, so you can click that and you can join the community group, and be assured that none of your information will be disclosed to a third person. It's all, your privacy will be maintained. So please join that group as well. You also can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel, follow our channels to get more information about our future programs. And whenever we share posts with you, please share it around with your family, your friends, to your wider circles, because our main objective is we want this ilm to spread to the entire world, to the entire four corners of the world, and millions should benefit through this, inshallah. And you also can become a part of it by just clicking share to a post what we share with you. Jazakumullah khairan for being with us for almost 50 minutes. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept this effort of ours. For anything else, if you have suggestions, if you have comments, also our contact number is at the bottom of the poster. You can send it to us, and inshallah we will see how we can follow up with you. If you wish to contribute in some way to Ilm Book, yes, you can send it to us. We will consider it, inshallah. Jazakumullah khaira once again. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us good lives, healthy lives, long lives with good deeds and good health. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah we'll meet you next week, where we'll discuss about communication between a husband and wife. Subhanallah bihamdihi, subhanakallah wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.